everybody, and welcome back to Morrowind. Hopefully, yep, the game window stayed, thank god. I had to relaunch this game a couple times because the window didn't want to stay. Hello. It was like, hey, would you like to see a Windows bar and also a black
Share your
bar
thoughts,
and your
friend. I enjoy the
Whoa, I
company.
just phased right through you. In your recording? I mean, I don't know if it's the Windows, if it's software of recording, if it's the game. It's just was all like the Windows bar is the integral part of the game. So anyways, wow, that person's way up too close. That happens way too often. The last time we were gotten like a mission to like do pilgrimage to like 4 different places, and they were like, oh yeah, just like bring 5 Daedra hearts or whatever. I need my Vernal because it's mapped to V on my system. There's a shrine to Malakak on the island of Chiogorod. To get there, I should go south past the Dwemer ruins and take the second road heading west. I must find this shrine, donate 4 Daedra hearts, and recite Vivek's 4 corners. Let's pretend that I remember the 4 corners. And that it's that you know, that's like entirely something that I can recite. I googled. Googling's not illegal. So I found out that this lady in Vivek over here has a respawning supply of Daedra heart, I believe. So we just need to wait around until we can buy 4, and then we can just like move on with our things instead of like standing around buying Daedra hearts. It must be very weird when I'm just like standing there in her office for 4 days straight. Especially considering that everyone's like, ooh, Neverween! I don't know how to talk to heroes! So yeah, it must be very, I don't know, nerve-breaking when the main character is just standing there, staring at you, buying a singular Daedra heart, standing there some more and staring at you. So, 4 Daedra hearts secured. Making sure in advance because I managed to find to lose my summoning, my soul gems previously, and that was very precious to me, so for all I know, I managed to just poof the Daedra hearts outside of existence. So, House of Troubles is Malakath. There's a shrine to Malakath on the island of Chiogorod. The island of Chiogorod. The heck? It's definitely a place. Not much we know. Hello! I mean, if I waited 12 instead of 24, they just wouldn't restock. I think I need to let my cat out. I am gonna presume that this is the island of Chiogorod, but I don't know for realsies. Wait, did you give me any other waypoints? To get there, I should go south past the Dwemer ruins and take the second road heading west. That can't be the island then, because we got this quest in Vivek, right? And that's where we are, so this is where we are. Head west and go past the ruins. Okay, time to do some really janky traveling. It must mean that the island of Chiogorod is somewhere over here. But anyways, my cat really wants out. And normally if I keep cats and they want to go out, that's not good. But then she'll want to be back in like 5 minutes. Chair up! Okay, let's not fall off our chair. That would be very, very, very bad. Just collapse on the floor. Who needs sitting? Who needs upright positions? Who needs to figure out how chairs work? Okay. This is so doesn't make sense. We picked it up in Vivek Temple, right? So let's just divine / see-me intervention ourselves back there. I am nearly what I picked it up. So I picked it up from like people in here, right?
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
That is south. There's a shrine to Malakak on the island of Sheogorath. To get there, I should go south past the Dwemer ruins and take the second road heading west. I'm assuming... Well, yeah, it's Elder Scrolls, man. Of course it's gonna remind you of Skyrim. Well, first of all, I should re-equip my magic necklace so that I have more, you know, magic. It's my brain power. I can't have it go down. It must stay equipped. I mean, trying to figure out what the heck the game means is half the fun. It's like a puzzle is included for free with your RPG. We're gonna walk around Vivek's palace. After we make ourselves fly. Because otherwise we can't walk around Vivek's palace. So this is south. There's nothing south of here. Nothing at all. Like, there is a boat. Yeah, I kind of hate that they took out the whole levitation bit from, you know, later Elder Scrolls games. Why is there a... Help! There are fish on shore. Right. I might want water walking. It's definitely not where I should be, so my idea is that I should get to a bookseller or the barrels in Bolmora, whichever comes first. Get my guide to Wardenfell, figure out where the island of Sheogorath is, and go from there, because it's obviously not here. It's just that the locations of go past the Dwemer ruin is so go south and go past the Dwemer ruin. South from where, dude? This is where we are? So like...
New follower.
Thank you for following me. What do I win going south? Okay, that's a mud crab. Please die. Okay. But I have never been, like, south from Vivek, so... Let me just see this random-ass ship. It's definitely not what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna take contraband. That would feel really bad. Water spear. That's bizarre. I'm gonna take it, but that's still bizarre. It's water breathing. As long as I, hit something with it. Oh yeah, this is my favorite blade. It's the thing that you get for, like, beating the campaign, or, like, one of the things that you need for beating the campaign. It's, keening. You lose on a glove slot for wearing it? Do any of you have a guide to Wardenfell? No.
Oh, greetings.
An honor to be sure.
Do any of you, like, sell an emergency guide to Wardenfell? I had one on me. And I was like, there's no way that I will ever need it again. And look at me completely not remembering
I
where
must say,
the
I
Isles
find
of
you most
Sheogorad
interesting
are.
right now.
I mean,
Please go ahead.
I would if we were in...
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
Nothing. Could you please move? I always have problems moving through doorways. In Oblivion, you can actually push people. In Morrowind, pushing people doesn't work as well. Ah, thank you. It works a little bit, but not great. Did I stash my guide to Wardenfell? That is... Oh, thank goodness, I did stash my guide to Wardenfell. Okay, now we can have a map that lists locations. This feels really useless. Like, really, really useless. None of that is an Isle of Sheogorad, so let me just try and quick read the text in case the words Isle of Sheogorad. Oh! Geographic regions are called the Ascadian Isles, the Ashlands, Azores Coast, the Bitter Coast, the Grazeland, Smaug Amur, Red Mountain, the West Gash, and Sheogorad. But it's not on the map picture. Well, that's obviously the Red Mountain, but is there another map picture? Like, with that portrayed? The large island of Sheogorad lies north of Wardenfell. The island and its associated lesser islands are a maritime wilderness extending north from Waterfell into the Sea of Ghosts. The region is largely hostile and uninhabited, with two small villages at Ald Redania and Dagonfell. Only Dagonfell is reached by ship services. All other island-to-island transport must be provided by the traveler. I was correct! That's Isles of Sheogorad. And they're there. That's where the Isles of Sheogorad are. So we want to get to Dagonfell, I imagine. To get there, I should go past the Dwemer ruins and take the second from where? From Dagonfell? From the shore? This matters. I mean, from the shore south is impossible. So I'm imagining south from Dagonfell? Maybe? And take the second road heading west. Alright, we can do this. I can recall again.
Your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
I mean, I think I managed to move the lady a little bit, but I've seen the dude that's playing Oblivion which is Morrowind in Oblivion engine, and he also kind of added AI voice acting, which honestly just sounds really bad. It doesn't look as cohesive visually because everyone in Oblivion looks like they're made from pudding, but he can make people slide by running into them. It's like he pushes them and they go really far. Yeah. I need a ship. It's also very dark in here, but I don't want to turn the lights on in the game with Night Eye because I don't want to use my mana on it, especially considering that I just want to grab a ship and go. And while I'm on the ship, the daytime to nighttime thing will change. So if you can't see, it's not only you, it's me as well. Somebody was like, maybe you could like mess with gamma and like change that. And it's like, yeah, but I don't really want a bleached game when this is how it's meant to look.
So good to see you.
I think your friggin' blind is intentional. Aha, there we go. It's a bit better, but still not very bright and kind of watery. So, now we're in Dagonfell. Now I'm wondering if it's from the shore, because Now that I'm Dagenfell, south is that way. And that looks like there might be another ruin, but
Let's hear it.
does that even like have a road to it? Let's try it. Let's try where the roads take us. So there is a south road. Not a friggin' clue where it goes. Wait. Never see it. It's that's the north road. Never mind. This is the south road. Okay. I'm good with directions. Don't blame me. I'll just set it to one of my eat people spells. I like absorbing other people with my hands, though recently stabbing has been working a lot better. So... I am listening to what's happening in my corridor and I'm like, is that a cat or... Let me just quickly stab you to death, Al. You don't get to stab me to death. I get to stab you to death, I'm sorry. Never in your setup, when it comes to streaming, should you ever have your source of light in front of your health bar and the enemy's health bar. Do not recommend. It's just how my setup is. So, past the ruins, I did see like some ruins pop up. Like there was a name, Mizzleft Ruins over here. I don't know if that counts as being custom or not, but I haven't seen any pathways except for one leading south. So, that would be a west road. The second road heading west. That would be the first road heading west. That's probably not where we're going. I can float over it, but I don't know where I'm going. So if I don't follow directions telling me where to get there and I just float over the mountain, I will be like, duh! Where am I? What am I doing? I feel like I might have ran past that shrine before. This feels like it's the second road leading west. But I don't know if it was that shrine. Can I just continue heading that? I'm gonna try it this way. So I'm looking for a funny evil person statue, I assume. And I suck at directions, so I might need to backtrack in a second if I don't find the funny evil person statue. I do remember finding the shrine-ish thing in this island before, and it was guarded by orcs. And that suggests to me that maybe it was... Yeah, I think there is a shrine here. Because, like, you can see it's guarded by orcs again. So, like, maybe this is the correct place. And you're gonna really train up my dagger skills. I also have to make sure that this dagger doesn't break because this is the only dagger that I brought. Okay, that is a lot of people on me. Let me unequip my dagger. Now this is kind of sad because I'm losing like the glove place in order to wield that dagger, and if I don't wield the right glove with it, the dagger will kill me. But I wanted my summoning glove, which is this. Help! God damn it! They weren't very good at helping me. Now, I am also streaming past a major anxiety attack because my husband has an interview today at 8 AM and I think I'm more worried about it than I am. But I mean, I'm more worried about it than he is because he decided to... Oh, okay. There we go. He decided to actually like go and have a nap. before the interview. So he's getting up at 7:40. And I'm so worried that he might not wake up because it's a Zoom interview. And that he might oversleep. Jesus, like, wow. Ooh. Thank you guys! Just warn me the next time, maybe. So I was having a lot of panicky fifis because that is how my brain works. Please don't question it. Okay, I do need to regen myself. Have a good work day. I hope work can't be fun, but I hope that it's a good one anyway. And thank you for dropping by. Let me regen myself because I am low on health. I am kind of working without like having health bars once again. Because they're behind a lamp. It's definitely a setup of all time. Stop hitting me. Start hitting them, yes. Thank you. This glove is my best friend. Sometimes you can't click on people properly because of the glove. I tend to check if they have like any armor worth selling. Smack, smack! Okay, you have a good work day. It's so hard to read your emotes. They're like tiny. Hello, boss. Hello to you too. Is this the right statue? Oh my god, it is! Once, like a great house founded on sand, stood a temple whose pillars on troubles were based. Now mischievous spirits bound in dim corners stand, rotted columns but with iron-bound bands embraced. Cracked crumbling marble, tempered on every hand by strong steel forged in fire and faith. Shackled these wayward servants served the land, the temple... I couldn't finish speaking because of you, stupid little twat. Thank you. It's like, die. I don't blame you. I never played it. I grew up on Oblivion. And everybody practically started playing Morrowind at the same time this year for some bizarre reason. So I thought, you know what? I can do this. I can do Morrowind. So, I made the pilgrimage to Dagon Fell and read a passage from Four Corners of the House of Troubles. Right, I think we need to go home and report that. So, very awkward
I must say, I'm
transportation
finding
now.
it interesting right now. Please go ahead.
Please, like, drop me off Vivek, and then I can use
I'd be
my
happy to
necklace to
talk.
do a
My
nice
pleasure,
jump
really.
directly into the Temple District. I love magical items in Morrowind in general. Because in all the other Elder Scrolls, you need to like constantly be recharging them through soul stuff. Not in Morrowind. In Morrowind it recharges on its own, so it makes more sense to use magical items than to not use magical items. But at the same time, your magicka has issues regenerating, so you know, you get some, you lose some. Have you completed the pilgrimages of the Four Corners? The book called Pilgrimage Path describes many of the temple's pilgrimages and their finds. The second corner of the House of Troubles is Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedra of Destruction who represents the trials the Dunmer face in the lands of Morrowind. At Ald Sotha, the Daedric ruins northeast of Vivek city, Vivek rescued Sotha Sil, the only survivor of the minor house Sotha, from armies of Mehrunes Dagon. Fight your way to the statue of Mehrunes Dagon and recites Vivek's Four Corners of the House of Trouble. So I don't need to give him anything anymore. That's nice. I think I have Ald Sotha on my map. Yeah, I do. Let's just run there and enjoy the scenery of Vivek. Gotta say, love the unique Morrowind architecture. I'm just gonna continuously glance at the clock from time to time just to make sure that my husband's actually awake before 8 a.m. and it's he wants to wake up at 7:40, so I know that he has an alarm and everything, but my anxiety's through the roof, and it's doing that anxiety thing where it's like, this is on me, when it's not. It's really not. It's on his alarm clock. Anyways, I do really enjoy Vivek's architecture. It is very unique, very Morrowind. I hate how every single one of these cubes is the same and how the city goes on freaking forever. City stuff is already bigger on the inside than the outside. They didn't need like 8 million cubes placed down upon here. Like, at least it could have been color-coded, or give them a fresh coat of paint. Let somebody, I don't know, paint their cube in red. I mean, this is, I think this is gonna be part 21, so times that times 3, and I am about, what, 64 hours in? So, if I was struggling super bad 64 hours in, something went very, 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 very wrong. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, and from here on, I'm gonna be progressing to Daggerfall, so you know, we're gonna be walking backwards, and when we're done walking backwards, we're probably gonna visit Dark Souls.
Need I call the guards?
Need I call the guards? Did you wake up yet? All is silence, the road is straight, without turning in darkness. Now let there be an end to all things. Are you okay? I think you are not okay. Like, some other people woke up from that whole mindfuckery that Maroon's Dagon was doing, and they're like, oh, thank you so much for saving me, and you just sound like you want to end your life, dude. I mean, I'm very worried. Did your brain lack all the brain things? MP server? What is an MP server? Multiplayer on... what was it? Dark Souls? Morrowind? I don't know how you do multiplayer on Morrowind. Can you do more multiplayer on Morrowind? Those are like all the lives questions that I have right now. Oh, fair enough. Oh, that must be pretty weird. Like, I mean, I remember when Skyrim multiplayer came out and everybody was like, oh my god, Skyrim multiplayer. And I never heard about Morrowind's multiplayer. I want a door. Amazing concept, I know. But it tends to let us enter things. Altsotha. Now, I believe I have really gone through this place quite a lot before. I'm probably a whole bunch of things respawned, but I don't know that yet, so let's just run. Yep, there's definitely things that respawned. There's absolutely no reason to fight anything outside of the shrine room itself. Is anybody here? Because I hear battle music. Hello. Oh, Jesus. Stop that! Please! Very please. Please with cherry on top. You're just... I don't know if you were helping me, honestly, because you definitely... It feels like you gave up on life when I started stabbing you in the head, and I'm pretty sure that your poison clouds were hitting your buddy. Hi! I'm here to recite shit. Once like a great house founded on sand stood our temple whose pillars on troubles were based. Now mischievous spirits bound in dim corners stand, rotted columns but with iron-bound bands embraced. Crackled, crumbled marble, tempered on every hand by strong steel forged in fire and faith. Shackled, these wayward servants served the land, the temple secured by the builder's grace. So, if Morrowind was based on, like, a lot of troubles, right? And I'm making pilgrimages over here, why the heck are you, like, hating all the people that are worshipping these things and, like, living inside these structure things in Daedra? Like, wouldn't it make sense if you're making your pilgrimages here, you would be, like, entirely okay with this, or... I'm probably missing something. Hey! I love that teleport necklace thing. Just because returning your quests is so silly easy. Okay, put on my brain. Just to make sure that I have all my smarts. Normally your mana can only go to 250. I'm forcing it with a whole bunch of enchantments and practically everything that I wear. Okay. 4 corners! The third corner of the House of Troubles is Molag Bal, who tries to destroy the Dunmer by corrupting her bloodlines. Bal-Ur is known as the birthplace of Molag Bar, where the Doom Drum tricked Molag Bal into becoming mortal. Vivek defeated Molag Bar here and sent him back to oblivion. Bal-Ur is just north of Suran, but to get there easily, you will need a way to levitate over the mountains. Just north of Suran, got it. Suran. I think Suran is off Balmora? No, that's Caldera. Where am I going again? That's Suran, right? Am I going to Balfell? No, I'm going to Bal-Ur. And north is up, not down. Okay, that's where it is. Let's just exit this and see if we can get a nice stilt strider to take us on a nice timed ride. We're just gonna see the whole Vivek thing a couple of times, I think. Well, we're on the 3rd shrine now. There are 4 shrines. And then I don't know after completing that how much off I will be from, like, completing the whole of the temple quest line. And after that, we can actually hit the DLCs. Now here's the issue. I have started Tribunal at, like, episode 2 because one person was like, oh, if the assassins keep on attacking you and you keep on killing them, that's like a money exploit, and that's really bad for, like, your immersion in the game. Well, perhaps true, but currently I am at 238,000 gold, 60 hours in. I don't think that money would have made that much of a difference, but we did what we did. We stopped the assassins from coming, and we went to Evanway, and we talked to a person there, and they teleported us to an island. And my memory is entirely fuzzy, so I can't even arrange the whole start of that expansion in a way that makes sense, and I feel like I should. Do you travel to Yes, you do. Thank you. I can't be arsed walking for a couple of minutes. Right. Bal-Ur is that way. I am not entirely sure will we need to levitate or not, considering that this map, this mountain doesn't feel very steep right now. We might need to, we'll see. We will see. No, like, what levitation did you require here exactly, game? I just ran straight over. It just works. Right, everybody's kind of angry that I exist right now, so let me just hide. Yeah, you continuously attack air over there, or whatever you're feeling like doing. I'm just gonna be visiting the shrine real quick. Ooh. I have never been in here, so I don't know what's in here. I feel like optimizing for not killing by this point because... Oh shit! Okay, let's not kill ourselves. I think we're okay. Because honestly, I have all the loot that I need.
How does it feel to know death is near?
I don't know, how does it feel to see your opponent disappear? You tell me. That's underground. Where do you keep the shrine, lads? Door to Ball Ur. So that is the entrance. Did I enter it weirdly above or what? Yeah, you continue running there. I support you. Support your life decisions. I'm sure you'll eventually find me. Keep on.
You're growing weak.
Actually, I'm fine. So this is the underground now. Also looks like their dining area. Gotta say, Baller makes very little sense. I have no idea where I'm going. Kinda hope that they have a shrine in here. Hello? Is your shrine inside the red thingy? Oh yeah. Yeah, they do have a shrine in here. Excuse me, Sarah, but well, you're the Nerine and the big hero. I don't really know how to talk to important folk like you, except to say thank you, Sarah, for everything.
Is there something I can do for you?
I am so amazed that you're not trying to kill me on sight. That has been like my thing with practically everybody that I meet in any shrines. Okay. Once, like a great house found on sand, stood a temple whose pillars or troubles were based. Now mischievous spirits found in dim corners stand, rotted columns, but with iron-bound bands embraced. Crackled, crumbled marble, tempered on every hand by strong steel forged in fire and faith, shackled these wayward servants, served the land. Temple secured by the builder's grace. It is the same bit of text every single time, but I still want to read it in case it changes for some bizarre reason. Which I don't think it will, but what do I know? No, I think I intervened myself into Moloch Mar, god damn it. Right, let's recall.
Welcome, friend, the day is yours. What shall we talk about?
Then we're gonna take the trip to Vivek.
With pleasure. Please,
then we're gonna
go ahead.
intervene. And now we're in the right location, good. I love the fact that eventually you just learn how to get around. It's so hard when you just start, because you're like, what do you mean there's no fast travel outside of like Mark and Recall?
Welcome.
And then later on you just
I
know
feel as though I
exactly
should know
where
you.
things go. Have I done the pilgrimages? The fourth corner of the House of Troubles is Sheogorath, the Mad Star, who threatens the Dunmer with madness. It's time to renew a pact Vivek made with Sheogorath long ago. To do so, you must find the Gambol Putty. Okay. Isn't Sheogorath like right underneath the city? Because I swear I went there to like wipe out a whole bunch of people in the room and I talked to the statue of Sheogorath, so like he just kind of lives here. I suppose it makes sense why Vivek made a pact with Sheogorath if we're living on top of a Sheogorath statue. Can you move them? Considering the gods like talk to them, like can you actually like pick up and transport a statue, or would you just be like smitten at the sight? I have some custard creams. I like to separate the custard from the rest of the cookies, don't mind me. Yeah, I know it's a strange name, but all Sheogorath creations have a touch of madness. Find the Gambol Putty in Al Daedroth and donate it to Sheogorath's statue here while reciting Vivek's four corners. This will renew the pact and prevent Sheogorath from tormenting us with madness. Daedroth is on one of the islands between Sheogorath and Azura's coast. I will mark this place on your... Oh, thank God! I thought you were just gonna be like, lol, go and run around and see if you can locate it where it is. Yeah, I imagine it would be fun co-op. It's also fun single player. All Daedroth? Right, all Daedroth. Okay, so it's there.
I must say, I find you most interesting right now. Please go ahead.
I don't want to go ahead.
There's someone watching.
I'm doing stuff and things. I do kind of like it how, come on, brain. If you do a lot of one, like, guild or house quest, a different guild that, like, dislikes them starts disliking you too. But then, if you become the master of that guild, that minus to liking you no longer applies and everybody just has 100 relationship with you. No, you still kind of can't do all of the quests because the Fighters Guild and Thieves Guild kind of go the opposite ways and you need to murder one for the other effectively. And it is possible to get weird quests, like, there is a quest from...
Let's see what you're made of.
Who the heck was saying that? And about what? Was there a cliffhanger, cliff racer around here, or what? Like, you can get a quest after you complete the main quest and the Mages Guild quest of killing the whole of House Delani, pretty much. For that, you need to, like, keep the Archmage alive, which I did. So I could take that quest and murder all of House Delani, but I don't want to, because I'm also House Delani. And they're kind of big enemies, so I'm just playing for all the sides, man. Like, it would be as bad if I joined the Imperial Temple while I'm the Nerevarine. Everybody's all like, you know, push these outsiders out of our place. And I'm like, yeah, sure. What are you and what? Greetings! Majik knows many things. What is your interest? You seek knowledge. Majik has much. Some of it verified by actual facts. Well, apparently we don't have a way to talk with each other. Because I don't have anything that I want to know from you, but... I remember him from Oblivion, I think. I don't know, was it Oblivion or Skyrim? In one of these, he travels like the whole map, and he has some very fun voice lines if you actually talk with him. Right, that is the place that I am seeking. I think I can climb this little hill. Yes, I can. Hello? I don't know you, do I? Are you here for the dance? Or are you with the gold rats? Dance? Don't you know what's going on? Go down and talk to her at the Indivel in the big room with the statue. There's free drinks too. And watch out for gold hats. They play rough.
What now?
Right, I am looking for a funny named weapon in here. And... They're talking to me about a dance and watching out for gold hats. There's drinks too. I don't know if she's insane or if that is true. Anyway, funny sounding weapon. Inner shrine? Is this where people dance? Statue of Shiagora. Yeah, I think she might have gone a little mad. Don't think that there's any dancing that's going on in here right now. There are some corpses. Whoopsie daisy, I did not... It's potions, it's fine. Thought that I picked up something really weird. Move around. Is the weapon present in here? Steel Staff of War. Ring of Ice Storm. Hello. Okay, now you don't want to talk to me. That's sad. Find Gamble Putty in Al Daedroth. We are in the right place, right? Yep, we are. So, do we have any hints where it may be? Just donated the statue there. So here. I shouldn't donate it to the statue that's underneath Vivek. Was it just like an extra statue? The heck is this a statue of? Is that Molag Mar? Did they just build all the statues in the same place? Anyways, this place is very suspiciously empty. I was like one inside person in front of the entrance and nothing in the right wing. Anything in the left wing? Oh, I thought that was a statue. That's just a column. No, wait, that is a statue. It's definitely a statue. Do you have Gamble Putty in here? No. I am certain that this is the right place, right? Yeah. I'm certain that I'm definitely in Old Daedroth, I think. I expected there to be enemies. There's none. It's a very clean place. Definitely worries me. I'll have to ask the person outside about Gamble Putty. And consider just kind of stabbing the person outside to death to check if they have Gamble Putty on them. I probably shouldn't do that. Right, now that sounds like fighting. I will actually turn the light on in here. Fighting when, you know, seeing when you're fighting is probably a good idea. Oh god. Okay. Who the heck are these people? Why can I practically not deal damage to them at all? Let me just take off keening for a little bit. And my glove. And put on my faithful, let me just summon everybody glove. Oh, that's who's hitting me. Okay. I didn't notice you there. Let me just re-equip my shit. Please. Yep, let me get out of the firing range. My companions definitely hurt a lot. Did any of you have a thing that's called the gamble putty or whatever I'm looking for? Not you. Not you. I'll take restore health. Definitely use that. And restore fatigue. Oh, hi. I thought you would have died. Apparently not. There is a Dwemer shield here. I can probably enchant it for smarts. But, I like my healing shield, so we'll sacrifice some smarts. I can't find anything called the gamble putty. There's a lot of dead people around here. It's clear that everybody had a little bit of a combat in here. It's like a tiny bit of a combat.
Probably nothing.
And these people are really shit at seeing. But, anyway. I'm gonna be right back just to make sure that my husband lives. And then I'll be right back here. I'm back! Whoop! That probably took a while. I got my kitty with me. He's also back. That background was indeed England. It's a personal photo that I took. And I merged it with my Be Right Back background that I already had. So, that's what the background is. I'm just gonna return, throw in a save. Meow? Meow. Meow? Okay, you're a permanent inhabitant of here then, I see. Don't you know what's going on? Go down and talk with Irene and Davil in the antechamber. Back behind the big room with Chiagora's statue, there's free drinks too, and watch out for gold bats, they play rough. Little secret? No moon sugar and no secrets! So...
Question, but make it quick.
Well, what do we have here? Do you have your invitation? Are you a player of the game? Or one of the game pieces? Or a humble spectator? Were you summoned, or do you come of your own free will? It hardly matters. The party is open to all, but make sure you pay your respects at the host and grab a drink from Lucy Drake over in the corner. And feel free to mingle with other guests to join the dancing, chanting throng. I believe the ones in the gold masks are party crashers, but all are welcome to the Mad God's Mask and Bellicose Ball. So, we should be careful of anyone in the gold masks, player of the game? I don't want any of those options. Okay, your manners are a credit to your upbringing. But there's no need to be so formal. This is a dance, Myrtha. If you want to dance, just pick a partner and start swinging. If you want me to be your partner, go ahead. You're the guest, you make the first move. So dancing is actually fighting for them. You're not a player? Just here to be a game piece. Then step right in, pick a partner, and start swinging. I'm sure you'll find someone to accommodate you. Spectator? Some just like to watch. They also serve Shiogora to stand and clap. Please yourself.
What now?
There is an imp here? Want a drink, buddy? Got anything you want, so long as it's a Jama. 3 drinks? La, it's on the house. Only you gotta drink it here. Don't want you drinking and flying out there. Sure, here you go. Have I drunk it, or did he just gave me one? I don't think he gave me anything. Okay, I'm just gonna imagine that I drank some Sujama. Moon sugar, Flint. Can I just take this? Yeah, I can. Can I just then say little secret? You got any moon sugar for your pal Ragruz Gob? Yes. Ragruz Gob knows something you like. Ragruz Gob put it under his pillow. For the sugar fairy. Under his pillow? Why do you look at Ragruz Gob that way? Under his pillow. Guys, where do you sleep? Here, I assume. I found it! Must have dropped your pillows back. Do I have it on me? Whose shield of light is this? Why do I have a shield of light on me? I am looking for... Gazapazapaza. Ja, gumbo putty. That is so weird. You're fortifying half of your stats and then you're draining the other half. I definitely don't care about the Shield of Light, so whoever's shield that was, you guys can keep it. It weighs grams and doesn't give a lot of money if I sold it. Well, I found a whole bunch of weird people. Time to go home. And when I say home, I mean to Shogora. There we go! And we recited the exact same thing again. But we have renewed the thingy. And I'm pretty sure that I gave the Gazumpazapaza thing away. So I'm just making sure that it's not in my inventory. I don't want any extra Gazumpazas. I'm gonna assume that I did. The pact with Shiogora has been renewed. Okay, I did. Good. I can go home now.
Welcome. Please don't be shy. I'm listening.
You can listen all you want. That doesn't mean I'm gonna speak. Let me just... CV intervention myself back to the temple. The whole intervention things are so useful. I really hope Daggerfall has them too. Oh, okay. I seem to have caused myself some damage, probably from drinking weird drinks from questionable scams. So let me just restore myself until that ain't so. Oh. What? Blessings of the Fourth Corner is draining my stat points. Well, that sucks. This does seem to be working. A little bit. Let me just go and talk with this guy. So that maybe it stops draining me. Are you the right guy? You look like the right guy. You're now Murta the Master. What can I do for you today, Master? Does that mean that I am done with the advancement? Only Thaler Ceroni at the High Fane in Vivek can make you Patriarch of the Temple. Thaler Ceroni, it's you. Patriarch. Do you have that as a conversational thing? Hope that you're not, like, bugged. Because... yeah, the pact has been renewed. You finished the pilgrimages. I may have more duties for you. You have completed the pilgrimages of the Four Corners. Now you should know the enemies of the temple. I ask only one thing. You must recover Ebony Mail. The Ebony Mail may be found on Mount Asernid BB. Okay, Asernid BB. Which is north of Molag Bar. Mount Asernid BB is where Molag Bar oversaw the 99 lovers of Boethia that gave birth to Amalexia. Go there and pray before the shrine. If you're worthy, you will receive the Ebony Mail. Return it to me and I will make you Patriarch of the Temple. Right! So there we go. That is our last level up. This is gonna be hard. Hard in the sense that my brain just entirely stopped working. I'm very sorry about that. 99 lovers? Of Boethia? Does one of them, like, give birth to, like, one of her toesies, and then another one gives birth to one of her fingers, and then the third one, like, gave birth to... How does that work? You would assume that, you know, everybody would have one mom, but that's a bit too complicated when it comes to gods, I suppose. And another thing, I have this thing that keeps on draining me, and I don't know if it's a disease or... Does it just wear off after a while? Should I just... Maybe I'm just gonna wait like a day or two to see if that... Oh, thank God, it just went away. Okay. I'm just not that good at personality. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything is as it should be. So now, Molag Mar... Where the hell? That's Molag Mar. Mount Asernid BB. Right. So...
I am blessed.
I should probably just see if somebody can take me to Malakmar. Probably nobody can. If I go to Suran, it's still miles off. However, if I go to Suran and then I'll see me intervention, I believe I keep on landing on Malagmar, so maybe that will work. We'll see. First of all, though, my kitty wants out again. She just came in. She came in with me. It is the chair stream. The chair is screaming while I am headless. Okay. It's the exact same outfit that I was wearing last week, by the way. So that's why I keep on wanting to actually wear the hood, because I haven't been wearing the hood last week. And I hate it when I don't change outfits between streams. It makes me feel weird, like I don't wash myself or something. And that's not the case, I promise. I could do with a bit more health. I'm gonna be resting for a while, so may as well heal up. That's far more than enough magic to get us through. I don't think that they're gonna have a Silt Strider to Morakmar, but I do think that they might allow me to teleport there from Suran. I'm gonna see. Because the last time I teleported there from the temple, not quite Suran, but it's close enough. So Suran is here, and I decided that this distance was closer than this distance. Yeah, it might work from Suran. It should work from Suran. Oh, I can just go to Malagmar, never mind.
Where would you like to go?
Okay, so this is not a temple, this is just a town. That's good. It works for me. So I want to enter a Mount of Asurnibibi and to pray there, and maybe they're gonna grant me the ebony armor, which is why we're here. I don't have any funny soul gems on me, so I can't like put that on and then try and enchant it for even more smarts. Oh god damn it, cat. They're knocking. Okay, my husband got it. I don't want him to get interrupted. And the cat just goes knock, knock, knock really loudly on his door. That happens to me quite a bit. Just cats being assholes that want to be here or there or everywhere. The shrine will probably be inside like a dungeon. I like how I can see the seam of the mountain. Very beautiful. It's just stitched together over here. I imagine it's like... It's gonna be a building with a door. Probably. It's not gonna just sit in the open. It's so weird. It's like 8 AM right now and it's completely light outside. So not used to it, like being... I don't know, summer-ish. I'm so used to that sun not being anywhere to be seen. Is there just like a random ass shrine in here? There is just a random ass shrine in here, okay. This is where Malak Baal oversaw the 99 lovers of Boethia that gave birth to Amalexia, mother of Morrowind. Do I have funny armor in my inventory? Oh, okay, it's already enchanted. Well, that's useless to me. I do have funny armor in my inventory, though. There it is. There's the funny armor. Am I wearing anything for armor right now? I don't think I am. I mean, I suppose I could be wearing it. It's not awful. I have the inventory space. I'll consider it. Maybe they're gonna be like, here's take your armor. I don't know how hard DLC people will hit.
Well, I find myself if you wish to talk.
Maybe like 50 points in shielding is not that bad.
You seem like very good company.
Like, if the game gives me cupcakes, I'm not gonna refuse them. Tasty food is good for everybody. Why is everybody asking if I've been lax on my duties? Faith conquers all, Neverine. Bless your breath and blood. That's not what you were telling me a while ago. You even excommunicated me, Ebony Mail. Have you found the Ebony Mail? Yes, here it is. Ah, keep the Ebony Mail, Myrta. Treat it well and do good deeds when you wear it. You are the new Patriarch. I have long waited to retire from the politics of the temple and write another book of sermons. Aw, my dude was looking for peaceful retirement. Yay. I had done the whole thing. I don't even get his room, though.
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Like, I just get a piece of armor. And he gets to actually, like, live here. Is it bulky? No, it's not. It just nicely hides under my robe. So nobody can see it. But me. Your fame rating in the world of Morrowind is quite high, if I do say so myself. Interestingly enough, I'm not max at Blades, and I'm not max at Ashlanders. I didn't even know that these two could be like max. But I'm max at Telvanni, I'm max at the Temple, and I'm max at the Mages Guild. I'll take that as a, as a good thing. I take it as a big positive. What do you even... Marksman, Light Armor, Sneak, Restoration, Longblade. That's definitely not my things. Blades are very much not my things. But it does mean that you can go ahead and max some extra stuff. We should be heading to Eppenheart right now to start Tribunal, because I finished the temple, which finishes all the quests that I wanted to do.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
In base game Morrowind. Could we do some extra things? Yeah, but I wasn't like going for 100% completion. So I feel like we have done enough. So it is time to catch up with the very vague storyline of, oh no, the Dark Brotherhood is attacking and they're coming from this one island. Just the Tribunal Island. Would you like to go there and fix it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. You know what? I hate weight. The ground can take care of the razor plumes. I don't think that there is a lot of things that weigh a lot of things in here. Like, I don't have that many extra stuff on me. We do have, like, merchants in there, right? I won't need to, like, stupidly port back and... I hope not. I hope I can just live in the weird-ass island. Now, to be fair, Never, don't mind me, just never been falling from the sky. To be fair, I entirely forgot where the person that teleports you places is. And that's definitely not good.
That's unusual.
Like, even when I walked in here,
creatures beyond the cities. Good hunting.
they went, that's unusual. Yeah, it is. Because I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. I remember getting tribunaled from here. Oh wait. That might be it. I might be at the wrong building. Was it at the right building? No, it probably was at the wrong building. This is so confusing. Guys, build less buildings, please. The Skyrim mansion. This looks...
Don't
What say
press your
you?
luck. You're on your honor.
They look so weird in these graphics. I probably don't want to go through the Skyrim mansion. I have so much sparkles around me. Oh, that's why. I'm living in Perma Shield in Argonian mansion. Suspicious. But where's like the main thing? Like the main house thing? Jesus. This is gonna be so confusing. I have no memory of this. Probably not through the Skyrim mansion. That's Legion Garrison. It might be the right building. That's the towers. Could that be the right building? Jesus, how long does the Ebon Way continue? I think this is the correct building. But now I need to find the correct person in the correct building.
So tiresome.
Assuming that this is the correct building. That is assuming a lot. That's an exit to Ebonheart, Imperial Commission. I think the person that teleported me was up, but I'm not sure. Okay, that is an exit. That's not gonna help me. That's just a dead end, okay? Council chambers? That sounds promising. No, wait, that's out once again. That's not promising. And that would be the end of the tower, okay. Nice.
Quickly, I haven't much time.
Now, where did I put that?
Where did you put what? Lost in Ebonwake. Options. Quests. Show only active. Oh, thank goodness I don't have a lot of active quests. No, that's not the right one. That is a different DLC. The Outlaw, Stolen Hides. Beauty and the Bandit? Hey. Okay, no. What if I went a show all? This is so not helpful. Okay. For the sake of our sanity, I'm just gonna Google it. Morrowind Tribunal. I thought that's what it was called. Yep, the expansion pack from Morrowind, followed by Blood Moon. Okay. Has seen rain is the teleporter. She's in the Grand Council chambers in Ebonheart. That's why it sounded familiar. Am I in the right place then? Oh, Jesus.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time. Go
Outlander
ahead.
confused.
stranger.
Outlander very confused.
There is someone watching me. I can tell.
Would that be me? Am I the one watching you? A seen
Come
rain?
on. I haven't got all day to stop.
Ah, there we go. Yes, please transport me there. I don't seek a transport to anything?
Yes.
But I did forget. Okay. Good. Guess I didn't want to levitate. I did entirely... Come on, game, let me actually tab out. Thank you, I did forget how to progress the story from here. Talk to Royal Guard or High Ordinator in Mournful. Complete the quest. And then what? Did I talk with the High Guard yet? Okay, I'm not entirely sure. Need to talk with any Royal Guard. Will you do? Dark Brotherhood? Some say they live in the sewers beneath the Grand Bazaar. Find Grand Bazaar in the eastern section of the town. You don't want any trouble there, so mind your manners. Okay.
Justice never sleeps.
Vernal, please.
New follower.
Thank you for following me. We are currently in Tribunal. Welcome to Tribunal. I am very confused. Mainly by the fact that I should just, seek the sewers underneath the Grand Bazaar? I also now have permanent magic flakes around me. That's because my armor is giving me armor. Please ignore it. This is such a large place. I don't know where I'm going. I needed to reach the Grand Bazaar. It's obviously not something I'm currently doing. He looks you over slowly and deliberately. Excuse me?
Long live the king.
I am not the... Where is the king? Is one of you happening to be the king?
The king's health to you, sir.
Good for the king. Okay. I think I should leave this place. But I don't know how. Okay, so somebody's actually like inside that room. I like how the game just tells me that the thing is owned as if I could just accidentally steal a whole house. The courtyard, that sounds correct.
Mournhold, city of light, city of magic.
Hello, what can I do for you? I'm very confused. The Dark Brotherhood has long and interesting history. Through a great deal of it still lies shrouded in mystery. What is certain is that they're deadly and remorseless. Steer clear of them at all costs.
Good to see you again, friend. I was just doing a little writing.
Good for you! When did I befriend you? Who are you? Why do you know me? Courtyard? Oh god, this place doesn't even have a map. That sucks! I now don't know where I'm going. I need the bazaar. Hello, Daragonian. Before you take another step, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gaynor, and I'm an entrepreneur of sorts. I was wondering if I could ask a small favor of you. Glad you asked! As you may have noticed, I'm not looking my best at the moment. I'm a little, how shall we say, down on my luck, which is not something I'm used to, let me tell you. At any rate, I'm looking for a little starting capital to get things rolling here in Mourngold. I recently arrived myself as well, and I thought you might be able to help me. I think you could part with, let's say, 50 gold. I can part with, like, 50k gold, so, you know, that's fine by me. Splendid, I really do appreciate it, and I must say, you're quite generous soul. In fact, as long as we're talking and getting along so well, do you think maybe you could spot me another 100? I'm quite sure that I can pay you back in just a couple days' time. I've always had excellent luck when it comes to these sort of things. What do you say? Go ahead. Okay. I mean, I literally have a lot of gold to spare. You really are something, Mirtha. I can see we're going to get along famously. Okay, I'll be upfront with you. If I could just have another, 1,000 gold or so, I could really make it in here. I just know it. How long until you can just live from my gold, dude? Because I have a lot of gold. You've been so good to me, and it's clear you got the money. Just a little more help is all that I'm asking for. Okay, here, have a gold. It's 1,000 gold. Wow, you have no idea what this means to me. Never held so much gold in my life. Well, heck, you just got money to burn, don't you? I bet you could spare another 10,000 gold, couldn't you? Come on, I know you got it. Let me have it. Okay. I don't even know what to say. I'd never be able to truly pay you back for this. You restored my faith in the world, Mirtha, and boy, are you ever rich. I bet you have 1 million gold. In fact, I bet you got 10 million. You must be the richest Draconian ever. Did you give me 1 million, don't you think? Then we can both be millionaires. Not a chance. No, you don't say no to me. No one says no to Gaynor. Oh, don't you think I'll forget this? I'll remember you, Draconian, and I'll get you for it. I promise you that. Okay. Well, I just gave you quite a lot of money. Like, go and live off it. So there's blessings of Amalexia in there. Our wealth dies with us, my child, but our good deeds outlive us all. Would you care to make a donation to the temple and receive the blessings of the Lady of Mercy? Here's 5 gold. Thank you, my child. Thank you for whatever you just gave me. I don't think I need to be here. I need to be in the old bazaar. I just don't know where that is. And from Old Bazaar, I need to...
Justice never sleeps.
Okay, well, at least they'd recognize me as a Netherine.
Look at this place.
Hi there, wow,
Isn't it
can you
great?
believe this place is just amazing? Everything's so beautiful. The buildings, the shops, the women. I'm blown away. The women? I mean, I've seen pretty women before, but I just can't get over it. I come from a small town to seek my fortune, as my father would say. And it's hard to get anything done here. It's just so overwhelming, and I guess a little intimidating too. I mean, what would any of these women want with me? It's hard to hope that I might meet the woman of my dreams. What is this conversations? Okay. I now know that I have met somebody that... God's reach? That is just anxious about his chances with women. Cool for him, I guess. All the trees and plants, tended lawns and paths. For him, so praise to Almaxia's name. I'm humble work, Sarah, but I'm very proud of it.
Mornhold, city of light.
Good for you.
City of magic.
Where am I? No time to talk, Argonian,
Sorry,
excuse me.
not interested.
It does look very
Trust in
interesting,
gods and justice.
but I am very confused about my location. Or how do I get to
Look at
anything
this
that's
place.
called a bazaar?
Isn't it great?
God's reach? The heck is that? Having a map would help so much.
Speak well of me, Sarah.
Okay, you're just amazed that I'm me. Hey, nice lady. You see Dilborn? Dilborn, my friend. Dilborn got 3 days now, and Thud's sad. Dilborn, big and mighty wizard. Dilborn read books to Thud. All the words, big words, 2 maybe 3 times. Now Dilborn go on. No one read books to Thud. Thud sad. Thud miss friend Dilman. You help Thud find Dilborn? Okay. Thud happy Argonian. Find Dilborn now, yes? Let's see Dilborn go down in sewers near here. Dilborn go to sewers lots to meet friends. Dilborn says most times Dilborn back soon and happy. But Dilborn not back soon now. We go to sewers to find Dilborn. We? Oh, okay, you're gonna follow me now. Well, sewers are half of the equation, so if you know a sewer, that would really help me. Damn the villainous clay-brained Norn! I hate him. I swear by the teeth of Moloch Ball himself, I'll have revenge on the corpus-licking ignoramus. Holmar, inside the bar here. I came in for a drink, minding my own damned business, when the gar-loving drunkard started raving and making fun of me. He grabbed me by the shirt, slid me across the bar, and then kicked me out the door. He'll be singing all of the ceremonious sermons at once when I had my revenge. Yes, the bastard of a slow-sucking coxcomb. How would you like to help me to go in there and teach the flea-bitten, dampworm-infested Norn a lesson of his life? Don't have time for this. Well, drat. You're just no good milk-livered fool yourself, just like that Norn. Get out of my sight, maggot. Why is everybody so angry in here? The Neverine here in Mournhold. Very interesting. I agree. I'm looking for the sewers. This guy mentioned the sewers somewhere just around here, which is not very helpful. His friend is missing in the sewers. God damn it. Not the Temption. That is name of a place. And I'm supposed to go to the sewers. Is this the sewers? Now this looks like a canal. I wouldn't necessarily call it the sewers. At the very least, you can navigate fairly well. I need a sewer entrance. I don't even know where it is. That looks like a sewer entrance. Can't talk now, Argonian. I'm waiting for someone.
Anytime now.
Have fun with that. Okay. found the sewer entrance. Residential sewer. Resident. Do people just live here?
Give in. You're dead already. Mind who you're fighting.
Okay,
I will bathe in your blood.
these things don't really feel like they hurt too much. Which is good. That is very expensive for just a club that goblins wear. Not that I need money. Oh, one of them is also drugged. Cool. Okay, thank God the local maps still exist. So even if I'm like super confused about everything else, I can just stab everybody to death in here. Hopefully my weapon holds because I haven't repaired it before coming here. I am very high level right now, so I'm very not worried. I feel safer than I should, probably. I'll just repair myself. And then also turn on vision, because it is getting kind of dark. Okay, that's not a horrible fortify ingredient. I don't really want to pick something up that's gonna take up 2 whole weights on me. Yay! A level up again. I'm gonna put one in luck, put one in willpower, and put one in strength because those are the ones with the bonuses. I'm gonna switch to the dagger and save again. So this is the source that his buddy went down to. I don't know, I don't really feel like his buddy is alive. I have just finished Temple, so I'm now in Tribunal. And I'm confused as all heck. I have literally no idea. Like, he wants to find his buddy. I don't know where his buddy is. He's not here, obviously. And I... Okay, there's people here. And I need to find the bazaar or something along those lines. I don't know. I don't have a quest right now.
My way.
Well, look what the script dragged in. I suppose you're here to rescue our little Dilborn, eh? And then I suggest you don't make any silly moves. You see, when people owe me money, I get a bit touchy. Attack me and my men have orders to kill Dilborn first. Poor naked, defenseless Dilborn. But you're here to settle Dilborn's debts. You may be able to work something out. That's right, Argonian. We indulge in a bit of gambling down here from time to time, away from prying eyes. Help the guards, you know. Dilborn is one of the best customers. He currently owes, if my memory serves, right? Yes, Dilborn owes me the sum of 3,000 septims. He's not living here until he pays his debts. I have like a couple 100,000. I can pay his ransom. Alright, here you go. Elan removed his bracers. Dilborn, never show your face to me again, or I'll slice it off with a rusty spoon, you hear me? I got your friend back!
Don't stand about.
I let the boss
Talk
do
to
all
the
the
boss.
talking.
Thank you, I am in your debt. In my present financially embarrassed condition, it is a debt I cannot repay. I hope that under the circumstances, your own virtue will be sufficient reward. I assure you, I'm everlastingly grateful to be united with my faithful friend, Thud. Hello, Thud. Dilborn back! Dilborn back! Dilborn, Thud says. Dilborn never go to sewers again. Here, Gonian, take Thud's favorite book. It's very good. Many words on both sides of the pages. I agree. I'm very confused. I need the bazaar. I think I'm in the wrong sewers. But now I know that the sewers exist. You gave me a book? Trap. Your favorite book is called Trap. Okay. I saw the gold and I took it. A different man might not have. I know that, and from time to time I think back on the hour when I saw the gold and took it. You see, I was hungry. Isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic? I don't remember much else about that night, but the gold and the hunger. I don't remember the name of the tavern or even the village, but I believe it was somewhere in southern Vattenfeld. I can't really be certain. For some time I sat dumbly in my chair, my mind occupied with nothing but the pain in my stomach. If you've never been truly hungry from days of no foods, you can't know what it's like. You can't concentrate on anything. It wasn't until a figure to my left got up from the table to get a drink and left a sack of gold marks behind that I snapped to awareness. From this moment on, my memory is crystalline. My eyes to the gold, my eyes to the stranger's back, walking calmly toward the barmaid. My hand to the gold, the gold in my pocket. I'm up from the table and out the door. For just a moment, I look back. The stranger has turned to look my way. He wears a hood, but I can feel his eyes meet mine. I swear I can scent a smile. Out into the street and behind some barrels, I crouched down, waiting for my pursuer. One benefit of a lifetime of running from guards, I know how to disappear. For nearly an hour, I waited there, suffering even more from hunger. You see, I was awake now, and I had the means to buy myself a feast. This knowledge tortured me. When I finally got to my feet, I very nearly fainted. I had not enough energy. I had only enough energy to walk to the other edge of the village to a rundown tavern before collapsing at a table. I think I must have fallen unconscious for a moment before I heard the barmaid's voice. Can I get you something to eat, Sarah? I gorged myself on roasts and pies and huge frothing mugs of grief. As the fog of near-fatal starvation began to lift, I looked up from my plate to see a gold-masked stranger looking at me, his wizard glowing by the blinding light of the moon through the window. He wore black leather armor and was different physique and size from the man I had burgled, but I could tell he knew. I paid for my meal quickly and left. I skirted the edge of the village, through a tiled central courtyard surrounded by the squalid peasants' cottages. There was not a light shining from any window or door. No one was on the streets. I could find no place to hide, so I took the road out to town heading for the wilderness. Hunger had pushed me on in the days before, but now I felt that I imagined it to be the whip of guilt, or perhaps even then it was fear. I fell twice, rushing down the dark path, unused to the slopes and pebbled texture. The sounds of animal life, which I had numbed to, were suddenly very loud in my ears. And there was something else out there in the night, something chasing me. On the side of the road, there was a low wall, and I scrambled over it and hid. I knew enough about the concealment to pick a spot where the bulwark sunk slightly so that even if someone saw the outline of my figure, he would assume it to be the part of the wall. It wasn't long before I heard the sound of running footsteps from more than one person pass me by and then stop. There was a moment of whispered conversation, and one of the people ran back on the path toward the village, then silence. After a few more minutes, I peered out from behind the wall. A female figure in a dun-gowned wimple and veil stood on the road. On the other end of the road, blocking the way back to the town, was a knight coated in dark mail. I could see neither of their faces. For a moment I froze, unsure whether either or both had seen me. "Run," said the woman in a dead voice. The hill behind me was too steep, so I leapt over the wall and across the road in 2 bounds. Into the night forest I ran, the maddening jingle of accursed gold in my pocket. I knew I was making so much noise my pursuers could not help but hear me, but now I cared more for putting distance between us than stealth. Clouds of ash filtered through the moonlight, but I still knew it was too bright to hide. I ran and ran until I felt all my blood pumping in my head and heart begging me to stop. I was at the edge of the wood, on the other side of a shallow stream from a vast crumbling house, encircled by a rail fence, behind me running footfall in the broken dusty earth. To the south, downstream, a distinct sodden splashing of someone moving nearer. There was no choice. I half jumped and half fell into the mud and dragged myself up onto the bank on the other side. I rolled under the fence and ran through the open field toward the house. Jerking my head around, I saw 7 shadowy figures by the fence posts. The cloaked man I had robbed, the man in the gold mask, the veiled woman, the dark knight. 3 others too who had pursued me but I had never seen, and I thought I was the stealthy one. The moon was entirely hidden in a swarm of ash. Only the stars offered their meager illumination as I had reached the open door of the ruin. I slammed and bolted the door behind me, but I knew there could be no protection for very long. As I looked about the ravaged interior of broken furniture, I searched for someone to hide somewhere. Game. A corner, a niche where if I stayed very still, no one would see me. A splintered table lying against the wall looked perfect for my purposes. I crawled under it and jumped when something moved and I heard a frightened old man's voice. "Who's there?" "It's all right," I whispered. "I'm not one of them." His puckered, gnarled hand reached out from the shadow and gripped my arm. Instantly I felt sleep fall upon me, resist it as I might. The old man's horrible face, the face of a hungry dead, emerged as the moon came out and shone through the broken window. His talons still gripping me, I fell back, smelling his death surround me. The table was thrown back. There stood 7 hunters and a dozen more. No hunters they weren't, they were harriers who had chased me out of every hiding place, expertly pushing me to the lair of the real predator. He was weak with age, the old man was. Not as good at the chase as he once was. Blunt killing machine. "Please," I said. It was all I could muster. Having enjoyed the sport I offered, he granted me mercy of sorts. I was not bled dry. I was not cursed by being made into one of them. To burn. I was kept with others, most of us mad with fear, to be aged and tasted at the vampire's whim. We are called cattle. I lost all hope months ago of ever leaving the dank cellar where they keep us. Even if this note finds its way to the outside world, I cannot give enough information about my whereabouts to be rescued. Even if some champion were able to defeat the bloodsuckers, I only write this to keep my own sanity and to warn others. There is something worse than being hungry. Being food.
This is a grand day.
Elder Scrolls is really good at writing vampire stories. I can't explain it. I think I've seen a lot more of, like, scary existential vampire stories in Morrowind, though, than I have anywhere else. Now, I probably should exit. Old Mart Hub, let's serve sewers. Okay. I mean, I can go here too. That is definitely an option. Where the heck am I, though? Let's just be lost in the sewers for a while. I think that's fair. Is the thing to do. Okay, I am not making enough of a dent in their health from my liking. So let me heal first. I mean, it is kind of working, but it's hard. I don't like that. How about we do that thing where we just summon a whole bunch of help? That will help. Help! Thank you. I now need my Wraith Guard again, and then my healing. Okay, maybe the fact that I took the armor was a right, like, decision. I feel like they hurt, even when I consider the armor. Oh god. Let's not get stuck. Jesus! Where is everybody coming from? That is my question. even is this? Okay. Heating comes off. We're now gonna be using magic and our trusty glove for a bit. That is insane. They're very tanky. In the main game, nothing compares. Well, these dudes are like casually killing everything. Not that I take all that much damage either. Oh, one goblin's down. And I can run around, but there's like 10 of them in here. I think I saw more of them die. That is a lot of moon sugar. Are they just hyped on moon sugar? Is that why they're so tanky? Or are they trying level scaling in here? And the reason why they're so tanky is because so am I. Ooh, Grand Soldier. I'm gonna be taking that. The next time I see a Golden Saint, I will probably be putting it to use. Right, well that's a dead one. Let me switch on my vision again. Jesus. Okay, I thought that I could just stab my way through. Oh, I forgot my braid. Should probably put that back on. Wraith Guard, let's not kill ourselves. I'm staring at the health bars. This one feels a lot less tanky. I don't know why. The hell was with the previous one? I am slightly worried about, like, actually proper resting, because things do tend to just respawn. I accidentally misclicked, so that unequipped my ring. Which ring did I just unequip? It will be one of my brain rings. Because I have a ring of smart, and then I have a smart ring. So that I have all the brain power. Okay. Now, I can just heal myself. Thanks, shield. Thank you for your service. Oh god, that one also does magic. Okay. Something to keep in mind. Both of you do magic. Look at how smart you guys are. Now that being said, I have a silly amount of fire protection. So that's like probably the worst thing that you can be doing to me. dude that has insane amount of health. I mean, look at this. I'll take your restore health. I don't really need Flynn. I need to figure out why the Dark Brotherhood keeps on trying to assassinate me. Hold Mournhold Battlefield, you see. You say? You see? I don't think that you see, because I don't see. Alright, let's try it. How many of you will I have to kill before getting there? To be fair, I don't actually know where I'm going. That might be problematic. This is a great place to farm level ups, though. Especially with the thing that's like cold armor, because they hit quite a lot and quite hard. They're healed. You know one thing that I did not bring, that I should have. Because I don't have it. Because I never picked any up. Repair hammers! Because who's afraid that my dagger will break? Lift up your arms, because that would be me. I really don't know where I'm going. But I'm in the sewers, alright. You don't hit that badly. I can bother to just hit you for a while. I think you're gonna run out of health before I do. Okay, now I'm not too sure. Let me just heal a couple of times, at the very least. My shield will also run out of charges eventually. What? Okay, some bone meal. Some poor dude just got himself crushed over here. Was somebody just like flinging rocks at you? Because it kind of looks like it. What in the actual heck is this? It's like a whole goblin temple. Is it a goblin temple? Do you guys worship here? Okay, this guy doesn't have a lot of health. So that's cool. You know, I'm picking up so many restore potions, but I may as well just start popping them. I mean, what am I saving them for? The sad days of tomorrow? Yeah, I think you are one of the super tanky ones. I think I am correct. Okay, my weapon health bar isn't doing too well. I wish that at least I picked up Soul Drinker. But no, I sold it because I'm like, I have healing now, it's gonna be fine. I'm about to break healing. Now mind you, repairs exist, but that means finding a guy to repair your stuff for you. Which is probably not in the sewers. Just guessing. Okay, while I'm smacking the guy over here, I may as well pop another potion. Ah. Okay, so there's still like one more weird-ass goblin over there. Now, mind you, I don't think that this is where I need to be. Doesn't feel very Dark Brotherhoody. But there are enemies here, and I'm in the sewers. So, like, I may as well hit them to death. I just drink a whole bunch of you. I don't know how I'm still so high on magicka, but while I am, I may as well continue going. Okay, now I can switch to hitting you again. You had another soul gem on you. Fortunately, it's not what I need. Do you reckon there's anything above there? Probably have a restore magic in here potion somewhere. I have a 45 magicka, which brings me to 21. Ah, restore magicka. Perfect. So I see what I wanted. Oh, there's nothing up here. I'm so disappointed. I thought there was gonna be. I don't know why. Like, it just felt like such a perfect crevice to place an item in. City gate? I think I'm just gonna start eating goblins for a while, because my weapon is definitely not doing so well right now. Armory runes. Where the heck am I? I ran out of magicka again. Have plenty of potions. I would definitely do more summoning. But it feels like it's taking forever to, like, deplete the health pool with my summons. Like, that glove worked great in Morrowind, not so much here. Residential ruins. Do I have any magic unlock thing in here? Yeah, I have a lot of Akasha's scroll of lock thingies. Akasha's lock thingy, so... Where does this lead? Thought it was gonna be where I was? Considering that I already went through something called residential ruins before? Okay. Need to feed myself more restorations of magicka. I don't actually know what I casted just now. That's okay. Wherever it was, I'm sure it was fun. Let me just start eating you. Wow, this is gonna take a while. Whoever these goblins are, they have way too big of a health pool. It's great if you can just eat restore magicka potions like there's no tomorrow. But I do need a way to freaking redo my dagger. For all I know, I don't even need to be here right now. It's because I don't have a quest. I finished my quest and they were like, oh, they're in the sewers. Do like the bazaar or whatever. I never found the bazaar, but I did find the sewers. So I don't actually know where I am. And thought, hey, why don't I just kill everything like you do? Doesn't sound very sane, but... Who said that I should be sane? Don't even know what I'm gonna do if I do find the Dark Brotherhood. Am I just gonna be like, hey, who put the hit on me? Ah, there we go. There goes my dagger. I need to repair it. Okay, we can take this shitty thing and stab with it. It will still work. It's better than nothing, but it's not enchanted. It means that my magicka's pull a lot lower now. Where even is this? That's my question. Wait, I should probably heal. Could even start using up some scrolls. Would you like to try the scroll of red death? Don't bonk me. Thank you. Stop bonking me. Okay. Stop bonking me. Whoa! Heartbring spam. We started here, we can definitely end it here too. When in question, take out those very unimpressive rings that you had from a very long time ago and start spamming them. It works for a while. I really don't know where I am though. This is gonna be the sewer adventures, I believe. What if I ate my potion and just continuously casted invisibility? Like, that sounds like a thing to do. As I feel the need to map the place so that I can at the very least know where the heck am I going. Where am I? Who am I? What am I doing? You know, the basic questions. Like, once again, this is somewhere. And I am here for reasons. This goes on for a while. I do believe I have seen Armory Ruins before as a name. So maybe I have established some idea as to where these sewers go and where these sewers end. I don't think so, but... My recall is not even on this planet, so... That's... On this planet? I mean, on this expansion. Yeah, see, I have already been here. Huh. Okay, do you think they have a temple somewhere in here? You have to. Yeah, they do. Thank God. Do you think the temple has a repairman anywhere?
Alexia be praised.
Ah, you're the one who has recently arrived in Mournhold from Wadenfell. I was told of your arrival. I understand you had some problems with the Dark Brotherhood. An interesting group. Unusually rather effective. I'm surprised you're still alive. Perhaps you have potential, or they said incompetence. I believe you might be of service to Our Lady. Dark Brotherhood? An interesting group, effective. Fear and mystery are powerful tools for them. Is this where I was supposed to go? I might have went the entirely wrong place. There's been kings that have been rumored to utilize their services, but that is only a rumor, of course. Service to the lady? I'm always aware of those who might be able to serve Our Lady Almalexia. A few are worthy to do so. The temple and the city is guarded by high ordinators, and hands fulfill other duties for the lady. I am Chief Steward, Fedris Huller. Now, if you wish to be of some use, we have some matters to discuss. Perhaps you have already met young King Glalu Helst, a foul man unworthy to sit on the throne. Still, he holds the right of succession. The lady must keep an ever-watching eye on this king, lest he do something that would be detrimental to the temple, our fair city, or perhaps all of Morrowind. Currently, there are concerns about some new recruits that Helst seems to be training. A standing army is nothing new to the city, though it is largely unnecessary. Mournhold is protected by her walls from the outside and by Our Lady Almalexia from within. None would dare mount an attack here. Still, tradition dictates that King maintain an army. We believe that Helst is raising quite a different sort of army, a goblin army. Foul, vicious creatures. No wonder Helst has chosen them to be his foot soldiers. I know that the goblins are being trained nearby, though not where exactly. Ask around the city about goblins. Someone will know. I wish for you to find the location of goblin training area. When you do, kill the war chiefs. There should be 2. Sever the hand of this army, and the rest shall shatter like scrib. Might rid the city of their 2 Altmore trainers as well. Complete this tasks and the lady will be pleased. Traditionally, the Altmore have used the goblins to reinforce their armies. Why, I do not know. Rumor has that Helst has contracted 2 Altmore to train his goblin army. If you find these Altmore, it will be of service to rid the city of them as well. Okay. I got confused. I went to the sewers. My weapons broke. I teleported out. And apparently this is where I should have been going.
City of magic.
Okay. I need to find the city part of the city. Because if I do, potentially, I could repair my stuff. Assuming that they do repair.
Must be going crazy. Talking to myself like this.
Goblins? Goblins in Mournhole. I heard some odd stories of creatures in the sewers beneath God's Reach, but I never thought they might be goblins. Terrible creatures. God's Reach.
Really?
Wasn't that where I
Say your
was
piece,
just
Joe,
been?
and be done.
I'm pretty sure that was just where I was just been. That does not a sentence make. I suppose I need to kill them all? Well, in God's Reach, I don't suppose God Reach people have
Whatever
any...
you want. Within
Oh,
reason.
that's the Great Bazaar. Okay. Sure. Whoops. Okay. I think I was supposed to enter the sewers from you guys, but never mind, because now I'm doing a
Hard woman, all right.
quest for Almalexia.
You
I
have
just
a-
got very confused.
The
Alright.
show is late.
I wish they
I
would
wonder
start.
why.
What do you want?
Don't suppose that the man with the eggs have any repair hammers, or can do repairs. No, of course man with the eggs doesn't have anything that I'm looking for. Common tongue. A poet can have no higher purpose than to tell the truth about the human condition, Lord Vivek. Mysteries of the West. I have a little list, they never would be missed. Appearing at the top 3 names, Ankar Khajiit male, Martius Oruntius Imperial male, Jasol Asil Breton male. What do these 3 names have in common? All 3 at one time or another represented an inconvenience to a Western noble prince named Helseth. Anhar was an agent for Eastern ebony merchants. There was an unfortunate scandal concerning improper contracts offered to Helseth as compensation for his assistance in obtaining ebony import remits from the Imperial Board of Census and Excise. Luckily for Prince Helseth, the scandal blew over when no one could be found to testify. Is it just a coincidence that Angar's health went to a steep decline just as he was to testify before the Imperial Magistrate? He died a natural death, according to Imperial coroners. Convenient and timely, perhaps, but natural. Martyrius Aruntius was a city alderman of Wayrest. Prince Halson's liaison with the alderman's married daughter was potentially embarrassing to the prince, especially when Martyrius Aruntius forcefully presented his suit for predatory adultery in Wayrest's courts. Many thought it strange that Martyrius Aruntius should suddenly fall ill and die of exhaustion on the eve of the trial. The suit was settled out of court and charges dismissed. The imperial coroners ruled that Martyrius Aruntius had died a natural death, convenient and timely, admittedly, but natural. Jasol Asil was a diplomat attached at the High Rock Embassy in Wayrest. Widely rumored to be an intelligence officer, Jasol Asil was often seen at the court, taking great interest in the affairs of Queen Varenzia and her family. It is said that Wayrest can be a beastly uncomfortable place in the high summer. Perhaps the Bretons' constitution was ill-suited to the relentless heat and pestilential swarms of the southern Iliac. Jasol Asil took suddenly ill one evening, and within 3 days he was dead. Once again, imperial coroners ruled that Jasol Asil had died a natural death. Convenient and timely, yes, but natural. And these, the common tongue notes, significantly are only the A's on the list. Some have quietly suggested that Prince Helseth was the most accomplished and subtle poisoner in the West, but the common tongue has never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment. Admittedly, the absence of such proof could count as qualifying towards the title of most accomplished and subtle poisoner. And further, the common tongue does not wish to suggest that King Helseth is a poisoner, or that the recent death of King Atlin Lethens was a poisoning and not a natural death. The common tongue had never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment. And the imperial coroners have ruled that Atlin Lethen died a natural death. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Why is there a door here? That's weird. Oh, you look like the armor. Yes. I brought a whole bunch of money, so money is not a problem.
Talk is free. What do you want?
Now, mind you, I was told that the Dark Brotherhood is in the sewers in here. And I know that now I have to go to a different kind of sewer. But it might be an idea to still investigate this kind of sewer. I don't know for what reason, but... don't want to just skip this. Right, visibility's top-notch in here, as I can see. So let me just actually be able to see. Okay, so that's how I entered. Anya does not know you, and Anya has nothing to say to you. So wait, did the prince want me to be assassinated? I mean, that's entirely possible. Thankfully, the enemies here are a lot more normal than the super OP goblins. I mean, I can see why he's training an army of them. When that's how they are. It feels a bit weird to just be running around looking for the Dark Brotherhood in here. Like, I don't even know if they are here. This is a very weird place to place the Bone Man. They're not known to be great swimmers. Hello, rats. I feel kind of good that my movement speed is very high. So I'm able to just whoosh through a lot of things. I just hope... Beware, the Black Dart Gang adventure. They robbed me of everything I hold near. They ambushed my lover and me in the temple sewers. Warner held them off while I ran. When I turned to look back, Warner was down. I just kept running. Now Warner's ghost comes to me at night, begging me to come to him to rescue him. He says he has a message for me, but I can't go down there. Can't face the Black Dart Gang. Warner was a great fighter, but with one dart he was dead in seconds. They killed me for sure. Can I help? I don't know. I don't think you stand a chance against the Black Dart Gang. They dress like poor beggars, but they throw deadly poison darts. One is enough to kill you. You see them run. If you see Warner's ghost, speak to him. Perhaps you can bring me his message. Okay, she's like, please don't harm the ghost of my husband. I hope it wasn't like somewhere in here, because if it was, then I'm sorry, but your husband there has already been beaten to death. My journal! I have found Dark Brotherhood's hideout in the ruins of Old Mournhold. Did I?
You will die.
Okay, I did. Good. my health doing fine. They look so funny. Look at their outfits having little eyesies. I'm still doing fine. Somebody remind me to find a different place for my lamp. I mean, their armor is pretty cool. But it's not shield 50 points on yourself for forever cool. So I don't really want it. Let me get out of here and have a rest though, because I need to level up. Again. And the willpower, agility, and endurance. Hey, I'm level 40 now. Good for me. Well, ready to chop some more Dark Brotherhoodians. Hoodads. Hoodads. The Hoods. Dark Brotherhoods. Oh, there is a lot of you here. Oh, you look so sweet and so tiny. I'm pretty sure we can just do this with the dagger. I don't even need to resort to magic at the moment. Yeah, I feel like I was correct about that. Like, these people, not tanky at all. Goblins in the sewers, super tank. I'm not entirely sure if poison darts would even affect me, honestly. I resist a lot of magic, and I don't know would they be counted as magic? Has everybody died yet? No, there's still you. Okay. I mean, your choice, buddy. Anyone else? Oh, I see it, dude. He's a bit confused. I understand, really. I mean, I would be too if somebody just started assassinating me. There's a lot of doors to buildings in here. I don't know if I would be going the right way or the wrong way if I opened one. I have a feeling that I should open one regardless. Ooh, rats! Okay.
There is no
Ah, more Dark Brotherhood dudes. Alright, I did not get rid of your infestation just yet. Oh, this one's tanky, okay. Maybe I can, like, eat a restore health potion while stabbing him to death very slowly. I am gonna be a master of blocking after a while. You feel very special, but now you feel very dead. Do I want this? Probably not. I'm good. This is such great friggin' armor and unarmored and everything else training right now. So another one running around with a poison blade. Well, this one is not very heavy. I'll just take it in case I break keening again. It's like, that just happens to me. I'll take the gold. That's not very valuable. Not that I need a gold, but I'll still take it. Hello. Yeah, just line up in here, people, please. It's very convenient like this. Good job with the lineup thing. I definitely need to start wearing repair armors on me. Don't really need to be restoring my health, but you know, just in case I have potions. I normally never use them. They look so funny to me. And all of them are wearing the friggin' poison dagger thing. Aww, this is where they live. I just murdered them in their bedroom. Does that mean that they sleep with armor, or did I create enough noise that they decided to actually, you know, put up the proper outfit? This is such a choppy thing to do. It takes such a long time to kill anybody in Tribunal. Hey, let me just hit you faster. Well, there you go. I don't really need your stuff. Oh, you had a whole, like, hammock to yourself. That must be cool. Did you feel very special? I have wiped the whole area in here, which means that I should go outside and try the other door. Because there's probably a bit more Dark Brotherhood to get rid of. Just casually killing the whole Dark Brotherhood, don't mind me. These buildings do look funny. Hello, fellow dagger wielder. Another one. Yeah, I should probably pop a couple of restore health potions. They can't be arsed healing right now. You know, this Dark Brotherhood layout does look kind of like the Dark Brotherhood layout in Oblivion. Pity I couldn't join you, buddies. I totally would have.
You will suffer.
Let me just kill your rat first. Oh, I see more doors. More doors! You know that the shit has hit the fan whenever Varine comes over to just wipe out your assassin problem. Slowly with a funny dagger.
You
do know that you fucked up when you cause it to happen, though. Like, none of this needed to happen. You could have just lived a long and happy life. straight blade training and a whole bunch of armor training too. That's the courtyard. They have a courtyard? That's a rat.
You will suffer.
Are you a vampire? You look like a vampire. Do all Dark Brotherhood places just have a resident vampire? Casually living in the sewers?
You
Yeah, well, that was easier for a while than just not doing that. Let me just pick off Keening and put on Arian's helper. Have fun, guys. This vampire a bit too tanky for me, so you can do your thing. I don't mind. No! Tell my liege I have failed! Okay. I like that he had a lot of conversational topics in here. Like, little advice, little secret, more at home. So, Dandras Vules. That was his name. And he had some poison darts. Another one of those weird blade thingies. Oh, a Dark Brotherhood contract! The bearer of this document, under special dispensation of the Night Mother, who has entered in contract in perpetuity with H, is given special dispensation to execute Murta, an Argonian recently residing on the island of Wardenfell. In accordance with all laws and traditions, the aforementioned personage will be executed in the name of H in the most expedient manner possible. All services of the Dark Brotherhood are at the disposal of the bearer of this binding, a non-disputable contract. Okay, I found the Dark Brotherhood contract that marks me for execution. The contract was written on the order of H. This should give me some clue as to who wants me dead. Should report my findings to a guard immediately. I have killed Dandras Vules, the leader of Dark Brotherhood in Mournhold. As he died, he spoke to me. Tell my liege I have failed. Of whom Vules was speaking, I have yet to determine. Perhaps there is some evidence in his chambers that might lead me to the one who wishes me dead. Well, I found the contract. An empty vial. I suspect that it's poison. But it's empty, so it's probably not poison. Because if it was poison, there would probably be poison inside of it. Like, that would definitely make sense, right? Okay. Well, have the contract. I'm not entirely sure who else is attempting to fight me right now. Manor District, that's... I'm just really fascinated by the idea of there being a courtyard in here. Oh, okay. I'll just wait patiently. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I can kill you faster than you can kill me. I don't really want to put this to the test because, my god, is this a lot of chipping. But... you are gonna just die eventually, you know? I have a vertical mouse in order to not cause pain on my joints. This is eventually gonna cause pain on my joints. I hope that this quest would like to give me, like, I don't know, healing .2 electric boogaloo or something. A spell that's even better It does feel like a no. That can't be a courtyard. Where do you see the yard part of the court? Like, this is a tunnel. Yep. That was certainly a vampire. I don't know why, but Dark Brotherhood always seems to have at least one. I mean, I suppose they're suited for assassination, but it's never like multiple. It's always just one loose vampire. In Skyrim, it's the weird kid. In Oblivion, it's like a dude that you encounter in your like first place before you need to assassinate everybody there. Right, this is the courtyard. Well, I probably will regret this because this takes 2 minutes, but let's go for a fly. Now let's just put on healing back on. And my shield. Oh right, I ran out of magic. I forgot. Where do all of these cookies go? Ooh. Okay, so there is a waterfall in here? How is this a courtyard? This is blocked. I mean, everything is equally inside here. Considering that it is a cave. So they just decided that that part that has a lake in it, that's the outside of the inside. The rest of the rooms we're gonna use was like living, sleeping rooms. Anyways, the easiest way to actually get out of here would be to Alcimi intervention myself, which is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna visit that armorsmith guy again soon. Do you count as a guard, my dude? Because you are a high ordinator. I suppose not? You believe you killed their leader? Maybe, maybe not. Perhaps you should speak with Ephedrus Hilaire about this. Is the chief steward of Almalexia. You may find him in the temple reception area. Oh, so I just kind of skipped a bunch and just entered here and talked with him on accident. That's the status with the goblin army. Well, I just got rid of the Dark Brotherhood. I'm a bit late. Yeah, an interesting group. Effective, fear and mystery, powerful tools for him. I am Fedris Liror. What do you want? Now, mind you, he just recruited me regardless, so I have the next quest. I just did them in the wrong order. And now...
City of Light.
Oh, wait.
City
H
of
is
Magic.
probably just standing from that king. Because his name begins with an H. I would like to still visit the bazaar again, though. Because I want the guy that just repairs stuff before I go anywhere. I wonder, does anybody in here have like a house to sleep in as well? Like an inn? The Narrowreen is rich as all hell. Which is me. I can't see the same in real life. I would say that a lot of my stress and panic attacks in real life have begun torturing
where are you
me.
from?
Entirely come from the fact that I'm very, very, very broke. But in the game, we're living the fantasy. And in the game, I'm rich, you know? I mean, look at all that money that I have.
A good man is hard to find. You always get the other kind.
That is a very weird thing to say, considering that there is a guy looking for a woman. Hello, Argonian. No time to talk, I'm afraid. There's much work to be done. Yes, much to do. No time for silly fancies like drinking, dancing. Oh, but what I wouldn't give to meet someone new. Yeah, that's right. Believe it or not, I have no intention of working here when I come to Marnho. It's quite a sob story. Are you sure you want to hear it? Please continue. Well, it's mostly my fault, really. I grew up in a small village in the south of Morrowind. They cared for me a great deal and only wanted best for me. But then they arranged my marriage to a wealthy nobleman. I couldn't take it. He was disgusting and I wanted nothing to do with him. So I ran away and ended up here in Mournhold. I was convinced that I would be able to find the man of my dreams, only it hasn't worked out that way. Go on. I was foolish about it, to be sure. I never considered that I need money to survive on my own. I was determined, though, not to go crawling back to the village and beg forgiveness from my parents and that loathsome man. Make it on my own, and only then would I contact my parents and let them know where I was. So I started working, and now that's all I do. Never have time to meet anyone. Let me know if you meet nice single men, will you? I did. Oh, have you met someone, Mert? I have to tell you up front that I'm very apprehensive about all of this. I'm taking a big risk here. Not to mention that I need to leave work for a bit. So you better be right about this. If you found someone who's all wrong for me, I'll simply never forgive you. Are you sure that you want to do this? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so she's like, oh, you're just joking around. But there is a guy in the temple quarter that wants a maid. I think he's in the temple. Anyway, that's where I'm going. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna locate a funny guy. There is a clothier around here. And I am tempted to just see what he sells. I am unlikely to take off my robes because they're enchanted. But it doesn't hurt to take a look, right? God damn it, stupid bridges! They're all like, oh, it's so weird to see Neverine here. So, outside of pink shoes, which I don't see often, they don't seem to be selling anything amazeballs. Alright. Well, I expected something a bit more exotic than this, but whatever. Oh, okay. So there is a pawnbroker in here. We could barter. You only have 1,000 gold. You know what? You can get my greater soul gems. I'm not gonna be using them. I don't really want to offer you a Daedric dagger. That's far more than you can afford. I suppose you come to trade, and that's fine with me. As Zura knows, there's little else in the world worth doing. None of the rest of it matters. Adventuring, fame, women, it's all pointless. Are we friends, Myrta? No, we're not. So I'll kindly ask you to mind your own business. I'm about to make you a friend. Bah, women. There's no happiness to be found. No lasting happiness anyway. It's all a sham. Oh, I didn't always think so. I had a wife once and was madly in love with her, but then my foolishness took her away and now here I am. Bitter, alone, and tired of life. I have little else to do with women, that's for sure. And that was alright. The folly of youth. Had dreams, aspirations. I foolishly followed them and took my wife to Warnfell for what was supposed to be a great adventure. I paid for my foolishness, paid in full. Unfortunately, my wife was made to pay as well. She caught the blight shortly after arriving and her frail constitution couldn't handle it. I lost her to the damn disease and it ruined me. No one could replace her. None of the women I ever know could replace her. What about Morena Gilneth? Who? Morena? I don't know her. Don't particularly care to either, but fine. If it will get you to leave me alone, then I'll meet her. It will be a waste of time, though. Okay. If you say so. He has a decent supply of gold. Do you want a random-ass Daedric dagger? Because you can has.
With the right deal, we all profit.
With the right deal, we all profit. So, I'm giving this woman to someone else. What is it with the amount of single people in here?
May all speak well.
What do you want?
Senhal Class. Class, you say? I think I've heard the name before, but I can't remember where. Phew. Okay. I'm really trusting your judgment. Tell him to meet me at Winged Guar 2 days from now. I hope he is nice.
A good man is hard to find. I wish they would start.
Well, you both are merchants. You both are very close to one another. Definitely wouldn't interrupt each other's business. You know, it can work out. So... Now what? Is this all about the Morena Gilneth woman again? Can't you just leave me well enough alone? Why must you continue to pester me about this? Don't know why I'm even discussing this. There's no way this is gonna work out. Well, this doesn't break. Oh, very well, I meet her. Okay.
With the right deal, we all profit.
Okay, I have arranged a meeting between the two of them. I hope it works out, my dudes.
You shouldn't be here.
Oh, I should definitely be here. Who are you to tell me otherwise?
You have a question? Shoes are killing me.
Yeah, the arrangements are made. Okay, what about if I just stood here and waited for over 2 days? Ooh, she is gone. What about if I waited for a 3rd day? Nope, she's not back. Interesting.
The show is late.
How do I know how did your meeting go? I need info.
I must be going.
You can't just make me set 2 people up and then not tell me how it went. Okay, the suspense is gonna kill me. Yeah, so I guess I have to rethink my opinion on a lot of things, don't I, Myrtha? How did it go? Myrtha, I don't know what to say. Morena is just what I needed in my life, but without your help, I would have been too blind to see it. Thank you so much. I know it's wrong to offer you something as if in payment, but I want you to take this. It's sort of valuable, I guess, except that no one has ever wanted it. Well, just take it and think of me or something. I don't know. I'm not very good at the sentimental stuff. Bipolar blade? Oh. Okay. I don't know who would buy that. Because it's 40 gold. But, it just switches between frenzying humanoid and calming it. Okay, worst case scenario, we're just gonna drop it on the floor because I'm okay with loot. So, we don't need to mind. Just by any chance, did she, like, move into your house?
Trust in gods and just.
Yeah, she did. There you are, Bert. I have to thank you for helping me find Sandal Claus. Oh, he's such a sweet man. At first, his attitude was a little off-putting. I felt badly about his wife. and a little awkward too. But as we talked, I really got to know him, and he's just so kind. He has some bad experiences, but I know we can work through them. I just can't thank you enough. Well, okay. Well, one single couple secured. If there's any extra women, I'm gonna take them to the temple, man. Polar bear blade. I think it's literally like freaking bipolar, the emotional condition. Considering that it just goes
to our city, stranger.
Back and forward. Okay, so
Well,
none of these guys seem to need.
Aren't you that tasty little morsel?
Oh, hello there. Aren't you a tasty dish? You must be new to Mournhold. I've recognized that beautiful face otherwise. Hans Breen at your service, my lady. A man who loves beautiful women, my lady. The one and only. Let me guess, you heard stories about me from local women. I tell you, they can't get enough of me. Falling all over themselves, they are. Yes, indeed, a great lover by all accounts. Feel free to ask around. The ladies here will agree, I'm quite sure. Let's not waste any more time. Shall we skip the formalities and just head back to my manor? Sorry, you're not really my type. Not your type. Take another look, baby. I'm every woman's type. No? Eh? Well, do you have any cute friends? I'm on the market and I'm looking for a good time. Companion. Something like that. No. Oh, shit! His script failed a lot. Well, I suppose that figures. You know what they say about cute ones. You have ugly friends anyway. But let me know if you should happen to run into any cute girls, will you? I'm sure they'll be anxious to find out what they're gonna miss out on. Well, I already set a market stall vendor with a market stall vendor. I don't think I have any more women to offer. She probably was the only woman on offer.
Can you ask your question?
So sucks for everybody else. I suppose they will just need to find the single women on their own. I could use a repair on my keening.
Do you have something to say, Argonian?
Okay, I have already repaired my keening. Fair enough. Do you have a repair hammer? How weighty are they? 4. You know, I'll just get one and see what it does. Okay? The next time my stuff will begin breaking, then we'll know. And if it goes well, we can just secure a whole bunch of them. Because currently I'm just stabbing everybody to death and taking a while to do so. So, if I could stab faster, that would definitely help. Anyways, Temple Courtyard. And then back to God's Reach. And I'll have to murder a whole bunch of things in the sewer, mostly goblins. I feel very artifacted. Let's call it that way. I have a lot of things on me. But I have not anticipated things being as hearty as they are. Let's just say it like that. There is a lot of houses in here. Nowhere for me to really just have a nap. Which is a shame. That's fine, I don't need a nap. I'm planning to stab a whole bunch of things. Wonder, does that just mean that I need to stab the whole dungeon clean? I probably do. Anything that moves should stop moving before I can proceed. But that will be for the next time. Because for now, we have killed the Dark Brotherhood, and I think that's good enough. Excuse me for my confusion, where I went the wrong way. So we're just gonna title this Goblin Stab Time. And this was a very weird episode. I think I'm just gonna continue titling the series as Morrowind Part X. Because the Tribunals got a bit borked. Like, I started in, like, episode 2. I continued it in, like, episode, what was it? What's gonna be now? Like, 22? Like, and it's half a stream? So, yeah, I borked the math. Sorry, Morrowind will just continue counting up. But I don't think anyone cares anyway. So, thank you for joining. And I hope I'm gonna see you the next time. Toodaloo for now.